Happy New Year! It's been a little bit since I've been on stream. I think it's only been like 2 weeks. Feels like it's been like a month. Hope everyone's been having a good New Year so far. I'm trying to adjust my microphone really quick. Hi, Tryhard. Happy New Year. I've had to... on Wednesdays I play D&D and I have to like pull my microphone closer, and that has kind of messed up the positioning a little bit. So let me just... Okay. I think I fixed it. Let me know if I'm coming in weird. Okay. Someday we'll start a stream with no technical difficulties. Someday. Not today, but someday. I'd like to say thank you to Retro Rosebuds and Kuthar Blood Oath, who followed the channel when I was offline, so they looked at VODs and stuff. They're not here right now, so I'll probably say thank you if they stop by. Yeah. Hope everyone had a good New Year. Hi, Tryhard. Hope you had a good New Year. We're gonna be continuing our Cat Girls, because I really want to finish them, and I haven't actually had a lot of time to do anything because of the holidays outside of the streams that I've done. I've been able to work a little bit on her shading, and that's almost done. So we're almost done with this one, and then we'll have to move on to the next. I've also adjusted one of the line art layers, so it's not like straight black. See, it's like 65. This is straight black, and then I lowered the opacity so it's overlaid on top of the bright fluorescent pink one. And I kind of like how that looks. Actually, I might lower it a little bit more. Yeah, and I'm kind of liking how that looks, so I might do 2 versions where one is super bright and one is not. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know you're lurking. Have fun. Okay, I'm gonna jump right into it. And I'm gonna remember to hit record so I can make a speed paint. Hooray! And I also accidentally got rid of... Oh no, wait, I did not. Dark. I think I want to bring it back to purple a little bit. I am also really tired today, so if I'm a little quieter, it's because I'm really tired. I think as I get older, my hangover hits like later in the day. I wake up feeling fine, but then as the day continues on and I try to keep going, I just get more tired, and then the hangover hits me. I was gonna go to the store today and get more Gatorade, because I've been weirdly addicted to Gatorade lately, but then it started to snow and I just decided, I feel well enough, I don't need it. I needed it. I need it now. I'm so tired. Also a little late getting my Patreon done, but that's all ready to be posted. My specific not safe for work Patreon posts for the month. Those took a little bit of extra time because of the holidays. I feel bad about that, but I guess it's better late than never. I try really hard to stay on time, but I also tend to overfill my schedule. I am trying to work on that. Not a New Year's resolution, it's something that's been ongoing for the past few years. Okay, give me one moment. Had to step away for a hot second because it is getting really hot in the studio. I actually have 2 computers running right now, and it's lagging. It's still lagging again, and I'm not very happy about it. And I'm too tired to be putting up with this fucking computer technical difficulties. So, yeah. My Mac has a little bit of a heating problem with the battery, and it's winter. And my desk is right next to the vent that just loves to blow steamy hot air, like as soon as I start streaming. I'm also right next to my computer, which is running so that I can do the stream because my Mac is not powerful enough. So it just makes things really warm, and my Mac gets unhappy. Things. Knock on wood. Goodness. I don't want to jinx myself. The new year. I want to jinx myself right away. Usually when I draw, I listen to a lot of horror narrations and like this one like scary story podcast that I really like. But lately I've been listening to a lot of like really weird, I wanna call it alternative music, but I think it's got like weird punk pop music. I don't fucking know. It's fun. It's fun to listen to. But it is definitely weird. I am not happy with this. Clean up some spots. I think I want to start working out again this year. I mean, I hated it, but it was exercise. It was good for me. And I should start doing that again. I should start going for runs again. Maybe that's what I'll plan on doing. Like, once... Because it hasn't been super cold this winter. I mean, it just started snowing like a couple days ago. I around like Christmas. I think maybe like the day after Christmas when the snow finally starts sticking here. But I could start going for runs like on Saturday mornings when I'm not working. And maybe Sunday mornings. Yeah. Get up super early and do it. What I used to do is, because I used to work third shift, so like I would be up from like 10 p.m. until 7 a.m. And then I'd go running at like 5 or 6 in the morning because it was like that's when I was awake, and that's when barely anyone else was awake, but it was daylight out. So I didn't have to worry as much about, you know, getting kidnapped and all that good stuff. Maybe I'll start, but then I'll have to get up at like 5 on the weekends. And the weekends are like some of the few times I get to sleep in. I wish I didn't like need to sleep. I wish sleep was optional. You know? I wish most bodily functions were optional. Like I could sleep when I wanted to sleep and when I had time, but if I didn't have time and I didn't want to, like I didn't have no side effects to my health. I wouldn't even feel tired. I just could just keep going. I guess with enough caffeine I could do that. That's not healthy. And it adds to my already very present caffeine addiction. So since last time I streamed, I read all of Gourmet Hound on Webtoon. It was fantastic. I cried a lot at the ending. I definitely recommend it. And what else? It's one of those webcomics that like, it's not quite slice of life because it's definitely got a little bit of like a goal, and it's definitely fictional where it's like, well, these are a lot of coincidences that could never really happen, but it's really cool in the comic that they do. And it seems very much like a romance, and there are romance parts to it, but it's not a main focus of the plot, and it doesn't even end with like a big romantic like gesture at the end, which I think is really cool. The author did it really well, and it was that author's first webtoon ever. I was really impressed with it. It was very good. I haven't gotten a chance to mention it to Rena yet, but if she pops into chat, I will. She recommended it. I've been reading a lot more of like the Canvas webtoons that are made by people who aren't like webtoon originals. I just stopped reading. Well, I got up to date on Growing Up Gerudo or something. It's from Legend of Zelda. It's supposed to be like what if Link was raised by Ganondorf in the desert, right? And it's really cool and it's really well done and I really like it. And there's like a moment in like one of the, because they do it in different arcs. They do like the child arc where it's Link when he's very young growing up, and then they do the teenager arc. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So like up to date. And things happen in the child arc. It's all really good. But I cried a little bit today. Feeling a little emotionally fragile, guys. What else? I've always kind of considered and like wanted to do a fan art comic, but Again, I have a hard time just doing fan art in general. I did some fan art sketches for Patreon that I'll be posting up there soon, which is fun. Okay. Yeah, so I'm reading a lot of like the independent Canvas webtoons. And I want to get back into doing that. I did like a short weekly comic for a little while. And that was really fun, and I posted that on Webtoon Canvas, but then I got really busy with work and with life, and I just couldn't keep it up. But I want to get back into doing it again. That's one of my art goals for 2022. God, it doesn't feel like we're in 2022 already. Feels so weird to say that. Hello, it's January 1st, 2022. My mom calls 2020 the year that never happened because we all spent it inside, so everyone's kind of had this weird feeling all through 2021 that like they're missing an entire year of their lives, which isn't too far off. I mean, it's a year that definitely happened and it was fucking awful, but I think it gets the point across of it doesn't feel like it ever really did. How are we gonna explain that to like our kids and grandkids someday? It's the same way maybe our parents explained 9/11 to us when we had to learn about it in school. I'm gonna have kids someday and they're gonna learn about 9/11 in school and they're like, you lived through that? What was it like? I'm like, I was 4 years old. I don't fucking remember. I don't even think they called off school. At least not in my town. I heard a lot of people got out of school. I don't think I did. Nope. I know that redo is just Control Y. I do. I just always forget, like, in the moment. I'm just so used to having to go to, like, edit, redo, when I need to hit the redo button instead of undo. I think I've used Control Y maybe 5 times in my entire life. I work for a technical support center. People trusted me to help them with their technical support. I got this new instant coffee, and basically I just looked for one that didn't have the word Folgers on it on the package, and it was like Italian cappuccino. I was like, cool, that'll be good. I've had cappuccinos. They're super bitter, but maybe at least the, like, even if it's like cappuccino flavored, like in quotations, it can't be that bad, right? I neglected to notice that at the bottom of the box, it had the words white chocolate and caramel flavored. And my 2 least favorite flavors are white chocolate and caramel. So I I made a cup of it, and I was like, this is super gross. Also, you have to put in like 4 tablespoons of it, like per cup, to just make it taste even kind of like coffee. Like that's like it's a tiny box that I spent $5 on, and it has 17 cups of coffee in it. That's such bullshit. But I'm drinking it because I didn't have time to actually make coffee for the stream. And I don't know what's going on with my because I didn't go back to the right color. It's like, what is happening to my brush? Yeah, so that's what I'm drinking right now. If you hear me make a bleh noise, like I don't even need to add sugar to it. Just the base coffee drink is too sweet. And if your base coffee is that sweet that you don't need, like, coffee's not meant to be that sweet, okay? I'll add sugar, I'll add creamer, it's fine. But coffee at its base is supposed to be bitter, like my soul. That's what I want. I want it to hurt. I want to hurt when I drink it. Honestly, I was supposed to do a bunch of cleaning today. I just got so tired, and I really think it's just a little bit of hangover. I mean, I don't feel sick, I don't have a headache. I've had worse hangovers, and this one didn't start until like 5 o'clock. Actually, it started at like 3 or 4, and I was considering taking a nap. But the last time I tried to take a nap before a stream, the stream started an hour late. Because I convinced myself that the stream was supposed to start at 10 and not end at 10. Sleep Ginger is a liar. She will do anything to just continue to be in the bed. It's National Hangover Day. Meant for video games and art. And lounging around in your pajamas. Actually, really cute pajamas. I have these sweatpants that I got as a gift from my mom. And they are, like, they're small sweatpants. So, like, they actually fit me, unlike most sweatpants where I'm swimming in them. I'm a tiny person. So they actually fit me, and they're white. And I don't like owning white clothes, but they have, like, the NASA logo as a print, like, all over. And I love it. I like the NASA logo a lot. It has always made me very happy, even before it became very popular. I was going for logo design and packaging design in college, so it kind of makes sense that I'm a little nerdy over logos, and they are my favorite sweatpants. And I feel really cute in them with like a tank top, and I'm like, I'm in pajama comfy clothes, but I look adorable. Fuck yeah. Your comfy clothes should also make you feel good about yourself. Yeah, so I spent like half the day working on actual projects that I needed to finish, and I spent the other half of the day reading comics and eating and formatting videos, which I guess is technically part of the work that I needed to finish. What? No, that's not what I wanted. Thank you. And I feel really bad about it, because I feel like I've been really lazy. Alright. But I have Monday off, so I'm kind of using that as my excuse of like, well, Monday's the last day that I need to do anything. So I can do all of my cleaning and cooking on Sunday and Monday. And I can use, because my job also had Friday off. So I can use Friday, Saturday to just goof around and work on my art projects and be a lazy bum. until I get hungry, and then I actually have to clean and cook. Can't let those Christmas leftovers go bad. Gotta use them up. I was gonna make curry today. I don't know if I still will. I'm very tired. Essentially, if I know this is really bad, but if I ever want to actually get chores done, I basically tell ban myself from my computer, and I'm like, no art today. No art. None. And I have to force myself to do cooking and cleaning. Because I don't mind cleaning. Like, it's not terrible. It's not my favorite thing, but it's not that bad. And I really like cooking. It's just that I like drawing more. So halfway through cooking, I'll be like, I've got a little bit of time. I could do a few doodles. I could practice some shading. And then the other part of my brain has to go, nope. Not allowed. Not today. You promise. And that's how I rein myself in. It works like 70% of the time. The other 30%, I argue with myself. Like I've been doing on stream. Welcome to the stream. It's a long conversation with myself as I tell myself I'm too tired to do anything. As I proceed to try to force myself to do things, even though I'm too tired to do anything. And I was an idiot and I didn't buy any energy drinks for this weekend. I should have. I've been trying to cut back on them. So when I saw like a 12-pack of Monster on sale at the grocery store, I was like, no, I don't need that much Monster in my house. I'll just drink them all in like 3 days, and that's unhealthy. You'll have a heart attack. You're only 24. I wish I had bought the 12-pack. Or at least like a 4-pack. That's what most of my like buyer regrets are snacks and energy drinks. Because I'll convince myself in the moment that I don't need it, and then later on I'm like, snacks. Snacks. But it was just recently Christmas. And every Christmas, for stocking stuffers, my grandma gives everyone in our family their favorite Girl Scout cookie. So I have 2 boxes of Thin Mints. And I haven't eaten any of them yet. And I think that's very amazing of me, okay? Okay, plug in my computer. Usually, when I have a box of Thin Mints at home, or tag-alongs, I put them in the freezer, and then they're gone in like 3 days, maybe? It depends. If I get them on a Friday and it's over the weekend, they're all gone by like Saturday afternoon. If it's over the week, I'll like try to limit myself to like 4 per day. Also, Girl Scout cookies are $5 a box now, which is bullshit. Okay, I sold Girl Scout cookies when they were $3.50 a box, and that was when they were still considered expensive. Okay, now they're $5 a box, and the boxes are smaller. So you are getting less cookies for more money. I'm a little upset about it. Ooh, but I did find like a Girl Scout cookie mimic like copy recipe on the internet that I want to try. Now that I have actual Thin Mints in my house, I can like have a regular Thin Mint from Girl Scouts, and then I can have one of the counterfeit ones, and I can see how close they are, and I can perfect it. And I can have my own Girl Scout cookies whenever the fuck I want. Ha! What song do I have stuck in my head today? Today it's Rubber Ducky from Sesame Street. And I can't sing it on stream, or even hum it, because then my stream will get muted. And that will suck. I really should be making highlights and clips. Because every time I go to Tryhard stream, and he shouts out, does a shout out from my channel, it plays a random clip, and I only have 2 clips on my Twitch channel, and they are both from back in the middle of lockdown 2020, and I'm trying to explain Naruto to someone. I'm making weird Naruto hand gestures. It's so weird. So I need to make some highlights and links. Some highlights and clips. That's what it is. It's just when you're drawing without a camera on your face, there's not a lot of very exciting stuff that happens, I'm not gonna lie. What? You mean static images aren't the most exciting thing ever? They are not. I also want to learn how to animate with Clip Studio this year. Got some tutorials to watch. I also am gonna watch the Bat Metal animation tutorials that they put out, because they do a lot of frame by frame hand drawn animation, and it looks amazing. I have no idea how, but they do it. Well, I'll have some idea how after I watch their videos. Oh, I started reading this webtoon called Devil's Coven. Really good. I don't quite know how to explain it. It's like if yokai demons were real, but they essentially had very little to no magical powers, and it's in a modern setting. And these kids are on the run because their town that they live with a bunch of other demons and devils with their parents and stuff got blown up by a bunch of humans who were essentially just being racist assholes to people who are just minding their own fucking business. And it's drawn super cool, and yeah, check it out. It's awesome. There's more things I like about it. The character design is... Oh no! There we go. The character design is really cute. The art style, it's a combination of very creepy and very cute, and they do it really well. I really like that. And it's told from some different perspectives. The first character you follow is a girl who was able to save her and her sister from the bombing, but their parents died, and they're trying to figure out what to do next, because they're 12 and 13. They have no idea what to do with their lives. And then the next major story arc is told from the perspective of an 18-year-old human girl who sides with the devils, and she's trying to not only find proof that they exist, because the government denies they exist even though everyone knows that they do, and she's trying to help them and prove that they're just as human as regular humans, that they deserve to have rights. I got caught up on Let's Play, which is amazing, and the ship that I like has taken off. It makes me happy. I want to do some Kingdom Hearts fan art. That's what I've been thinking about. My Hero Academia and Kingdom Hearts and Demon Slayer. That's the fan art I want to do. Lo-fi music is not helping keep me awake, by the way. Oh, and that's me trying to push in my chair and sit up, and instead running into the desk. Livid Lemming, Happy New Year. Hope you've been having a good one. I haven't read the manga. I used to read a lot of manga. I don't read as much manga anymore because I just don't have time. I think the last manga I got really into was, it would probably be like 3 or 4 years ago almost now, but it was Noragami. And that was good. It was so good. I really want to pick it back up. I'm also rewatching My Hero Academia, so I think I'm squarely in like the middle of season 2 now. I think I started watching it when it was like coming out weekly on Crunchyroll, and I think I got all the way to the end of season 2 or like midway through season 3 before I stopped watching it. So I'm starting over at the beginning, rewatching it and trying to pick up like back where I'm trying to get back up to date, but it is slow going because I just don't have a lot of time. Hope you've been having a good New Year's. Good National Hangover Day. I am very tired. I'm gonna talk about that a lot. I go through phases when I get really tired because, like an idiot, I have pushed myself to stay up like over 24 hours before. I don't like any of that. Okay. I go from like trying very hard to stay awake and kind of zoning out to just being a zombie, to being like slap happy, to being a zombie, to being very angry, to being like it's a rotation. None of it is good. I think if I ever did like a 24-hour stream, I'd have to like stop after 6 or so hours of drawing and play a video game or something. Like something that I can zone out and kind of do a little bit. Thanks for saying hi and hanging out. I think I used to have a GameCube. I would play Mario Kart on it with One of my best friends in grade school. It's like the few times that I played video games as a child. Most of my video gaming has been done as an adult. But have fun! Let me know what you're playing if you get a chance. I like retro games a lot. Mostly because they're fun to make fun of. They're all ridiculous. I know I put like this giant dark patch like right there near her eye. And it's because her face is supposed to be dark. Like on that side. I don't know how I feel about it. I have never heard of those games ever. But I imagine that they're fun if you're playing them. Cat girls are coming along. Hi, Dozeman. How was the bookstore? Cat girls are coming along good. I'm figuring out like the darkest part of the shading on this one. I'm not super happy with how it's going, but that's okay. Working through it. Hope your National Hangover Day has been okay so far. And even if you're not hungover, I hope you take it easy. My hangover has shown up late. I'm very tired. And my coffee is not working. I don't have any energy drinks in the house. Also, I talked about this yeah. Oh, you mentioned that it's like a different kind of hangover. A hangover where you're like you're very tired, and you know why, but it's like you still have to get stuff done. I worked third shift on many, many different jobs. I understand. It can suck. Okay. I don't know if I like this level of shading on her face. I do not. That's what I've learned. So we're gonna hit undo a lot. There we go. I could swim. I could swim across the lake. Or I could take the ferry that is totally still in operation right tonight. I don't even know what flavor a pink monster would be. Is that like the high C flavor? No, I think that's like a reddish orange color. I do like the high C one. Makes me feel like a child, and then I get really hyper from it, and I act like a child. Which is not super pleasant. Okay, so I tried rosé for the first time last night. Like a champagne rosé. Super gross. Super, super gross. It was like fizzy. It was like fizzy rose water. And it did not enjoy. Did not. Nope. No bueno. I still have half of the bottle in my fridge. Maybe I'll drink the rest of it tonight. Because it's still alcohol, guys. And I am in my 20s. 20-year-olds don't waste alcohol. I mean, I'm not 20, but I'm in my 20s. I had to clarify that for Twitch, in case anyone watches and they're like, oh no, underage drinking. I'm above the legal age. Oh, so right before I turned 21, I had to get my ID renewed, right? And I was told by multiple people that you have to send it in like at least a month early if you want to get your new ID by your 21st birthday, okay? so that you can use it on your 21st birthday. So I sent it in like in early October because my birthday is late November. I got it back within like 2 weeks. But because I was still technically a minor, it was still like a minor's ID where it's vertical and not horizontal. And it's so for the past like 3 fucking years, I have had so many people like double check my ID much closer than necessary because they're just like, no, this is vertical. I need horizontal. I actually had someone who just like picked it up and then they were like, I can't serve you. And I was like, I'm 22, look at this. Very minor problems in my life, but these are the ones I choose to complain about. Am I happy with this? No. But I could be. I could force myself. That sounds really bad. So the issue with anime face is if you shade them too much, they get this weird uncanny valley thing. Because like anime is like a very barely like they toe the line. Toe the line real fucking hard, right? And if you shade it too much, it like crosses over too far and it looks fucked up and weird. But if you don't shade it at all, then it makes your entire picture look flat and ugly and bad. So it's this balance that I'm still working on getting the hang of. So many projects, so little time. Oh, so at my job, I am an administrative assistant. So I do like all of the invoicing and a lot of the menial paperwork and data entry for the company I work at, for the branch of the company I work at, which is fine. Turns out that I don't hate menial paperwork because it's just a job and they pay me really well for it. I did finger guns at the monitor. Fuck. Anyway, I work with some very nice people, but I also like being very good at my job. I like being very efficient. I'm very disorganized in my personal life, but I'm very organized when it comes to the jobs I've had. And it was the end of the year on Thursday for us because we weren't coming in on Friday. And so we had to do all of the month end and end of the year. Like, what? Sasha Seelinger. Thank you for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the stream. I hope you're having a good new year. Hello. Yes, I know. I'm always torn between making it quieter and leaving it because people seem to like it when I jump and scream. Oh, shit. Anyway, so on Thursday I'm doing all of the end of the year and end of the month stuff. And the day before, like the our Atronilo94. I'm sorry, Dosman. Thank you for the follow. Atro, I'm sorry, Ator. Ator. Thank you for the follow. I hope you are also having a good new year, and enjoying the stream. Anyway, back to the story, as I continue to try to tell the way my job works. The woman who's training me, who had this job before me, she's very nice. I like her a lot. And she was like, well, tomorrow's going to be a little hectic because it's the end of the month and the end of the year. And we're also not going to be back into the office until Tuesday, like this coming Tuesday. Oh, have a good night. Thank you. Hope to see you next time. I try to do some earlier streams in the morning or during the day, so hopefully I can see you at an earlier time. And so my coworker, she was explaining to me that things are going to be kind of hectic, and that I would have to not only build the edit, which is like basically the list of all the invoices and all the paperwork, which is just putting stuff into a computer and then asking the computer to organize it, and then checking to make sure that everything was put in correctly. I would have to do it in the morning like usual, and then I would have to do another one like in the afternoon before I left for the day. And I was like, oh, I already do that because I like being very efficient. I like being on top of my job, and the paperwork is always ready like the afternoon, the day of, so I always just kind of do it anyway. So year end and month end actually wasn't as hectic or as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I was like, these are just a couple extra steps rather than like an entire extra set of steps. I was very proud of myself for being so efficient, because I was really nervous because this is my first administrative assistant job. And I want to be good at it. I like it. I like the people I work with, and the company I work for is a metals manufacturing company, so it's not a field I love, but my coworkers are really great, and the branch I work for is really great, and there's like 5 of us, so we've all gotten pretty close pretty fast. What else? This year, my art goals are to restart doing my weekly short comics that I was doing, to start having stickers and prints made of my art so that I can sell at conventions and online, and also like have a sticker club and a print club on my Patreon, because I think those are really cool, and I want to be able to offer physical rewards for my Patreons. I don't have many, but I really appreciate the ones that I do have, and I want to offer more. And I can't always make brand new content all the time, but then providing physical content kind of like helps buffer that a little bit. At least I think so. Yeah, I'm actually really close to my goal for that. I like made an Excel spreadsheet, and I planned out like how much it was gonna. I basically made a business plan. My job has a lot of downtime at work, so I've essentially made a business plan to be able to do this kind of stuff, and I've got savings goals. And I'm really close to the one to be able to make my first sticker order, and I'm super excited. I'm super happy. I know that not everyone wants to, and a lot of people are against monetizing your hobbies and your passions, and that's fine. But this is something I've always wanted to do since I was very young. I've always wanted to do art for a living, and to maybe not do commissions, but like sell my work and like make comics and do prints and stickers and go to conventions ever since I was very young. So this is like a big step for me, and I'm really excited about it. I hate contributing to our capitalist society, but at the same time I'm like, hey, people can like my stuff enough to pay for it. That makes me super happy. It's a weird mix. It's a weird mix of how I feel. Those are my thoughts on that. I have a lot of projects planned out that I want to work on. But I also know that I need to do some more like just general practice for like portraits and figures and backgrounds. So I'm trying to find a good balance of that. after I finish these cat girls on stream, the big project I'll be taking on is I will be doing all of the artwork for Try Hard Friends. You know what? That's fair. I don't agree with capitalism 100% all the way. There are certain benefits to it. There are certain things I like about it. That could also just be because I was raised in it. But I am 100% for a lot of the socialist programs and policies that I've heard of. But also, we shouldn't get super political on stream, so I should probably stop. We can get political in Discord. So, yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, the first convention I'm gonna go to? So there's this, one of the things I do like about capitalism is being able to support small businesses. I know that capitalism doesn't really allow for that in the way that it is right now with big corporations, and it sucks and I hate it, but when I can, I do. There's this comic shop in the hometown that my family is from. And like my dad has been buying comics from them since he was, I want to say he was in either very late high school or very early college. And I've been going there, and the owner, it's like the owner runs it, and he's the one who's always at the counter, and he's always there. And sometimes it would be his sons. And so he's seen me since I was like in a stroller. So he's almost like, he's basically a family friend. Like, we don't go visit my grandparents without visiting the comic shop as well, as long as it's open, because it's not open on some holidays. And he's like, if you ever have any prints or anything you wanted to sell here, just let me know. I think that would be really cool. He tries very hard to support the local artists that they have in that town. And over Thanksgiving, when I was visiting my grandparents, my dad, my brother, and I, we went to the comic shop, and I was talking to him, and he, for free comic book day, because he does kind of a bigger thing than a lot of the other comic shops for free comic book day. Like the last one that he had a caricature artist who was a local guy. He had like a raffle for some comics that had been graded, and I think he had like a signed comic as well by the artist, and then he's got like all of the free comics. And he's one of the few comic shops where it's like you can take more than one free comic, where he'll be like, you can take 3 or you can take 4 of like all of like 20 different issues, and some of them are independent, some that are local, some of them are like popular that are, you know, debuting for free comic book day. And it's really cool. And he was letting me know over Thanksgiving that for the next free comic book day in May of 2022, he wanted to do like a small, almost like a mini convention. And he wanted to set up like an artist alley and kind of like rent the sidewalk outside of his, like the businesses next to him and his shop, because he's right in the downtown of that small town. And have their own little like artist alley and free comic book day convention. He asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, so I gave him like the email that I use for commissions, and I'm like, this would be super cool. So that's kind of my soft deadline for when I want to have all of my stickers and my prints ready is free comic book day, which is May 7th. It's right after like the Star Wars day. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking about for like the past 2 months. I'm very excited. And it'll be my first ever like convention. It'll be really small. I mean, it's a college town. I knocked my tooth up against my cup when I just took a drink just now, so excuse me, because it fucking hurts. It's in a college town, so there will be like a little bit of extra business, but it probably won't be very much. But it's more just for the experience and to be there and to drum up support and like help support my like favorite business ever. And it's so great. It is also the only comic book shop in that town. Yes, right before the pandemic, he moved to like a more, because he was in like a bit of an out-of-the-way location before, but right before the pandemic happened, he moved to a slightly smaller shop, but in like a much more high-traffic area of the downtown. And I think it's been helping his business a lot. Last time we were there were it looks like he had maybe hired like a college student to like help out at the shop with him on some days because he was there and he had like an official like shirt, like store shirt. And what else? And he also does like role-playing nights and Magic the Gathering game nights, and it's really cool. Yeah. Yes, have you been there? It is my favorite comic book shop. I've been to many others, but that one is always my favorite. Because I know you used to live in that town, live in London. But yeah. It's also a big step for me because I used to sell like Girl Scout cookies as like a kid because I was in Girl Scouts. And I was always very nervous. I was usually the kid that was like very quiet when they asked you if you wanted to buy Girl Scout cookies, or I would just do change. Yes, okay. It's awesome. I love it. So this is kind of like a big step for me socially because I have a very hard time with people. I have a lot of social anxiety, and I'm very open about how much social anxiety I have. Because if I don't explain that I have social anxiety, a lot of people are like, oh, maybe she's just hates me. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just very anxious all the time. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, he used to have, I don't think he has it anymore, but he used to have like a barrel where they had like an inverted top on it. So it was really just more like a table with a rim, and he would put dice in it, and he would call it the dice barrel. And like if you paid, like if you got so many comics, or like your purchase was over so much money, you could get free dice from the dice barrel. And that was my favorite thing in the world when I was very small. And I would try to get the tiniest die that I could find. I have one that was like, it's not even usable. It's like the size of like a pencil eraser, like the top part. It's so tiny. And I loved it. I have them all somewhere. I don't know where. But yeah, that was my favorite part. When we would go to the comic book store and I would be allowed to like play in the dice barrel for a little bit while my dad looked at comics and talked to people. Oh, that is really cool. I didn't start getting into like role-playing games that use dice until I got into college. And then I was given a couple of like full sets that I've just always used since then. So I've never really thought about like getting dice that fit a character, but that's actually really cool. That might be something I would consider in the future. I remember also at my house we had a dice drawer, and I was not allowed in the dice drawer. I think it started because they were afraid that I was going to put them in my mouth and choke on them. But then later they were afraid that I would play with them and lose them. So I was never allowed to go into the dice drawer. So sometimes when I was very, very young, I remember like I was like 7 or 8 years old, and like if my parents like weren't in the room, I would sneak over to the dice drawer and I would just open it and I would just look at all of them and be like, they're so pretty. I remember my dad had this giant orange and red one that was like speckled, and it was heavy, it was big, it's like the size of, it might be like a little bit smaller now. In my mind as a kid it was huge, but I think it was like the size of my hand when I was 8 years old. It was like a good medium-sized die. And that one I was allowed to play with because they weren't afraid of me breaking it, and they were not afraid of me trying to swallow it. You are a budding dice goblin. I've got 2 sets of dice. Yeah. 2 sets of dice, and one of them was a birthday gift, and it's pink and sparkly, and I don't like pink or sparkles. But for some reason, whenever I play D&D with this dice set, I roll amazing. I roll really, really well. I've had other people try it. They do not roll as well. And then I have another set that's like blue and red with gold numbers on it. And I have never rolled well with that set. And I let one of my friends use it when we were doing a D&D campaign together, and she rolled amazing. I was like, what are you doing that I am not? So I have 1 pair of die. I have 1 set of dice that love me, and I have another set that hate me. So the ones that hate me, they just get kept in their box and they look pretty. I do remember like the first D&D session I ever had, I came with like my 1 tiny set of bright pink dice. And then this other guy shows up and he pulls out a Crown Royal like velvet bag just full of dice. It was insane. And then the next guy showed up and he had like a freezer, like Ziploc freezer sandwich bag full of dice. I was like, what are you doing? Why do you have so many? Then I learned about dice goblins. Yes. I didn't know Crown Royal came in a bag until I started going to D&D sessions, and they're like, yeah, that's where we get it from. We drink a lot of alcohol and then we get a bag. Like, alright, cool. They come in different colors? I've only seen the purple ones. What are their colors? Are the colors of the Crown Royal bags dependent on their flavors? Like if Crown Royal has different flavors? That's really cool. I hope that means that the alcohol tastes like sour green apple. So I tried a Bang energy drink last night because I was trying to stay up until midnight for New Year's, right? It is the most disgusting thing I have ever had. I can't do like the 0 sugar artificial sweeteners because my mom kept me away from them as much as possible as a kid. So now they make my stomach hurt. And I got the sour green apple flavor of Bang because I really like sour green apple. I was like, okay, I've never had this type of energy drink before. I'll get a flavor that I know I will like because all other brands like sour green apple, it's really sour. It's going to be delicious. It was not sour at all. It had that weird artificial flavoring tang, and it had 0 sugar in it and 0 calories. And I need something like, because I have blood sugar issues, I need something with sugar and calories in it if I'm gonna drink it. Because if not, I'm just wasting like effort and I'm just gonna feel tired and sick and get like dizzy. And that is what happened. And I was like, why is this energy drink like taste so bad? And why don't I at least feel like semi-normal? Why does it feel like my blood sugar is getting really low? And that's when I looked at the ingredients and I was like, you barely have caffeine in you. Super creatine is like way down at the bottom of your ingredients list. It doesn't count as super if there's like nothing in there. I was very upset. I essentially did an anti-ad campaign for Bang. I was like, do not drink this ever. No. So yeah, do not recommend. My favorite energy drink is the sour green apple from NOS. Because like NOS Tangerine is pretty good, but the sour green apple one is amazing. But that's not carried like in many places. Because it turns out most people don't like to pucker their faces inside out. It's weird. I don't understand why they wouldn't. standard NOS, and that was my favorite energy drink ever. Oh. Hi, Panda! Thanks for the raid! Hello, everyone! I hope you've been having a good new year! We're talking about energy drinks. NOS is not as hard to find anymore. Like, I can find it in most grocery stores now, but the sour green apple, I have to go to very specific gas stations. How are you doing, Panda? What were you playing? How was your stream? We're drawing cat girls. Oh, you know what? That's fair. Hi, BK, his dudeness. Can I call you dudeness? Okay, I don't shop at Target because I don't like it. It's expensive and it's hard to navigate. It is cat girl. It's the late night stream. We do cat girls on the late night stream. I always find NOS at Meijer or at like Speedway. Dark Souls 2 is hard. Late night stream? Yes. El Dudorino. It was really good. Tried gross energy drinks, tried rosé. It was disgusting. Played video games, streamed a little bit with Tryhard. It was great. It was really fun. I hope you had a good New Year's. My New Year's resolutions or goals for the year are to restart doing my like weekly comics and to finally get stickers and prints out of my art and to maybe start working on some of my longer comic projects that I want to do. I've never seen Die Hard, but that sounds like a really chill, adorable night with you doing that with your daughter. That sounds awesome. I used to do New Year's every year with my grandmother, and we would like watch whatever New Year's show or special that we could find. And she would usually fall asleep at like 10, 11 o'clock. And I would stay up until midnight, and then I'd wake her up. And then I went to college, and it became harder to go see her for New Year's, which makes me really sad. His dudeness has requested to know what you said, Panda. I just really love that it's his dudeness. It makes me feel like it's very similar to like his highness, but it's his dudeness. Which is probably what you were going for, and I love it. Oh yeah, but New Year's goals, stickers, weekly comic, long comics, and I want to stream every week again. Like, because of the holidays, I've been a little on and off, but I want to make sure I get at least one stream in every week, because it's fun, and I like talking to you guys, and I don't... Okay. I've seen, like, the second half of The Big Lebowski. I have not seen all of it, but I've had so many people make references to it in my life that I really need to watch it. I hear it's good. Don't they isn't, like, the main character, like, is it Mike Lebowski, but he's called, like, the dude or something? Thank you for the follow, his dudeness. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're liking the stream, and I hope you have a good New Year. A happy National Hangover Day, everybody. I don't know how. Tryhard's lurking in the stream. I will have to ask him after the stream to help me turn it down. I'll have to figure out how to do it later. But at least I only jumped the one time this stream. I have very little control over the technical parts of my stream. I have to ask Tryhard to help me with anything. And as I do, I keep telling him, like, you should do freelance consulting for other people's stream. And I know you'll, yeah. Okay, well, we can work on that after today's stream. want to talk about my projects. For the long comics I want to do, where I like have scripts written out for them, or at least general stories and plot lines already. But what I need to do is essentially just do like a storyboard and sketch everything out, and then I will need editors. And I know, Dozman, that we talked about kind of like trading editing, where I help you edit your novel and you help me edit my comics. So I'd still like to take you up on that at some point later in the year, if you're still open to that. I'll also probably open it up to anyone who's interested on Discord, after opening it up a little bit on Patreon, maybe. Yeah. That's one of the things I'm excited about. I also have never taken on like a really big writing project and then shared it with people before, so I'm very nervous. But it's my comics, and I'm really excited. Oh, it'll take me a while to get through this stuff. I've got a lot of other projects I have to work on, but work through your writer's block. I believe in you. When I get art block, I essentially, like, it depends on the kind of art block. If it's burnout art block, I have to stop. I have to stop, or else I'm gonna just, everything I draw is bad and it makes me very upset. If it's just that I don't know, I can't think of anything to draw, I'll look at other people's art, and sometimes I'll get inspiration from that, or I'll watch some of my favorite animes or manga, or I'll read comics. Reading comics usually really gets me going to do art in my own comics, which is kind of why I'm like, I'm psyched up to do this, because over the past few days, when I haven't been at work, I've been reading a lot of comics on the internet. It gets me excited. There will probably be no Catgirl comics. Probably. I found this really cool comic that I really liked online that had a really good, like, it was very like short one-shots of like different monsters living in the modern world, and it was in a manga style, and it was a little fan servicey, but like not terrible, not too much. I liked it. Like the art style and the very short plot lines that they were doing, it was really cute. But then they started moving more and more into like the anthropomorphic animal type monsters, especially the dragons. And now that's essentially all the comic is very short, like animal girl comics. And hi Abs, we are doing cat girls. We are continuing the shading for our main cat girl. I hope you've had a good New Year. I hope you've had a good National Hangover Day. Even if you're not hungover, it's a good day to just chill out. Yeah. I can do anthropomorphic animals and furry stuff, but I was a little bothered when the comic just became all of that. I was like, oh, there were a lot of other characters that I like that were not this. You know what? That's fair. I've had that happen. I once went to a very big party. So I used to have this friend. I haven't talked to him in a very long time, but he's very nice. Or he was. I don't know now. And he would throw these huge, amazing parties. Like 300 to 400 people. And this was before COVID. And I remember going to one and getting so drunk. I got home. I was not blackout drunk. It is a lot of people. It's insane. But I've also, like, that's the only time I've ever been to a party that big, so it's kind of exhilarating, like the one time a year when I go out and I see all the people at once. Anyway, so I went to this party, and I went with friends, and I got home, I was very drunk. I woke up the next morning, and it was the first time I'd ever woken up without a hangover. I was like, this is amazing. I'm not hungover. And I tried to sit up out of bed, and I realized I wasn't hungover because I was still drunk. So I essentially stumbled out of the bed into the like dining room area and just laid my head down on the table. And I stayed like that for a few hours, and I think I fell back asleep on the table. And my roommate at the time, she woke up and she came over and she was like, "Are you dead? Are you okay?" Give me one moment. So yes, I woke up still drunk, and then when the hangover started to hit, like everything started just going, just swaying. Like I was laying my head on the table. Oh my god, that's insane. Another time, because usually I usually get really bad hangovers. I'll have like one glass of wine, and if I don't chug like one of those huge giant Gatorade bottles, I will be down and out for the entire next day with a hangover, just because I don't drink a lot of water. Drink water, guys. It's good for you. And yeah, so another year, this was like right the year before COVID, so 2019, I went to another one of his parties with the same friend who was like, who had been my roommate in the last story, and we got so drunk that we, like, I fell asleep, like, cause we went back to my place, and she fell asleep on the couch, and I fell asleep in my bed, and I woke up the next morning, and she kind of woke up the next morning, and we essentially sat, water is the enemy, poisons us, we sat like almost like back to back on the couch watching TV, just hungover out of our minds, trying not to throw up, and I guess we fell asleep like just essentially just leaning all of our weight on each other, like they do in the stupid silly animes where you're like, no one could ever fall asleep leaning on someone like that. We did it. We woke up very sore, and we didn't even realize we had fallen asleep. Yep. That's like the most fun of an adult sleepover I've ever had, where we both wake up so hungover that the sleepover just continues, and you're miserable at the time, but like later on you're like, oh, that was a good bonding moment, I suppose. Bonding through trauma of your own making. No, Art, don't come in here with that. Water is icky. I hate that the flavor of water is the temperature it's at. I hate it. I also hate that when it's cold, it tastes sharp, and round water is when it's warm. Like, that makes sense. Think about how that makes sense. I also hate, truly hate, more than anything, that you can hear when water is hot. You can hear the difference. I know it sounds crazy, but we can, okay? And I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much. Yes, you can hear the temperature difference in running water, and I hate that. I hate it. It fills me with a rage I can't fully explain. How do you feel today? That's how you find out the temperature in Celsius. That's how I had temperature changes explained to me, where Fahrenheit is how a temperature outside feels to a person, while Celsius is how the temperature feels to water, which makes sense. And that makes sense why like Fahrenheit is kind of like so intuitive, because you know how you feel. You don't know how water feels. What? I feel like I'm watching two people speak another language for a minute. I don't know what this means. Is it a song reference? I feel like it's a song reference. I feel like I've heard them as lyrics before. I'm just gonna keep shading my cat girl. Is that how that looks? Vaginas look weird, guys. Okay. I don't fully understand how it works. I have one and I don't understand how they look. Do 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 do. Okay. Am I loving how this shading is going? I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. And that's a big improvement for me. At least we have the cat girls, who are always there for us. As long as you notice them, senpai. I'm looking at this and I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it. Okay. And there are some spots I want to change already. Okay. Here, you can find cat girls here. This is the internet, and I bring you the cat girls. And if I start making stickers, she could be a sticker, and then you can put her anywhere. Ah! I always feel really weird about self-promoting. Can you tell? I need a hype man. Unfortunately, in the art world, you have to be your own hype man most of the time. So I gotta learn how to. I find it much easier to hype up other people because I like other things. I look at my own stuff and I'm like, why? Why are you like this? Why? Trying to think of like good hype men that I've heard of. Yeah, I don't think there are that many. Trying to think of anything interesting I've seen on the internet lately. Betty White passed away. Very upset about it because I loved her very much. And she was a very cool lady. I watched documentaries on her life, and I want to get like her autobiography. But I don't want to dwell on sad things right now. I do not. We had all of 2020, and that was very sad. All of it. I'm still like recovering from that sadness. And it's still not over. Hi guys, wear a mask. Still a pandemic. Trying to think of anything else. I've been listening to a lot of really weird music today. I've been listening to a lot of stuff by Lemon Demon, which is a band that was started by the guy who wrote and like created Harry Potter Puppet Pals. He does a lot of really weird songs. I started listening to them because they did a song called Redesign Your Logo. And it's amazing. As someone who studied logo design, it's an amazing song. And then they do a lot of other weird songs, such as their classic song, Two Trucks Having Sex, that art hates to no end. It's an amazing song. That is a piece that is a statement on American culture. And I love it. It's hilarious. It's amazing. It makes me laugh. It's very catchy. I can hear exactly. Yeah, hates it so much to a point where, like, he kind of banned me from listening to music without headphones for a little bit. Oh my gosh! Why are you so mean? Exactly. It's two trucks having sex at an amazing American barbecue. And muscles involuntarily flexing. These are actual lyrics from the song. I can't sing it because I'm on Twitch. I will try to remember to link it in my in my Discord. The Spotify song, because it's amazing. Now that song's stuck in my head and I'm trying really hard not to hum it. Lemon Demon does another song called Bill Watterson, which is about the creator of Calvin and Hobbes, Bill Watterson, and how the person like singing the song, it's one of those like songs that tells a story that's supposed to be like a narration, is obsessed with Bill Watterson to a point where he stalked him and wants to eat his face. What other weird music? I've been listening to a lot of Will Wood, who does some really good, really weird kind of swing songs. Mostly about depression and the concept of what normalcy is. I really like that. I've been listening to a lot of Penelope Scott as well, and I like some of her stuff. Some of it's like hit and miss a little bit with her. She has this really good song called shit, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's called True Crime. That's what it's called. And it's like she researches it a lot, the topics for her songs, or it's something she's genuinely interested in, and she wrote a song about it. And it's kind of like supposed to be about how people, especially women, seem to be so educated on true crime now that like serial killers should be a little worried because they might end up being the victims type thing. And it's really catchy. It's really good. I like it. But again, you know, true crime is not like the shows. They're not 100% a like a how-to guide to survive a serial killer. But I really like true crime, and I like all that creepy stuff. I think it's fun. She also does a song called I think it's called Rat, with an umlaut, like the German double punctuation over the A. And it's called an umlaut, by the way. Fun fact of the day. And it's a very angry song, kind of about how she wanted to go into computer science and programming, and how she was really good at it, and she was like what everyone expected her to be, but she didn't. She's upset with how it's only going to be for like the rich and the capitalistic. And I honestly think she was writing the song a little bit about Elon Musk, because a lot of people have a very parasocial relationship with him and think he's kind of like, they idolize him and think he's a god, and he's actually a terrible fucking piece of shit. Anyway, it's good. It's a very good song. And that kind of got me into some of the rest of her music. And I don't love all of it, but she is a very good musician. There's another one. It's that Australian guy who became really popular on Reddit briefly for like his really weird songs about like repopulating the earth and what was it? Oh, when somebody asks you to find something, like, have you checked your butthole? Like, that's the name of the song. He does some really funny songs like that, and I really like his music. Because it's really catchy, and he does really well, and he plays all of the instruments in the songs. And they're also very funny. Oh, this all got me started because I saw Bo Burnham's new comedy special, or like newer, that he did in 2020, back in 2021. No, I'm sorry, it came out in 2021, but he created it in 2020. And that was, I really liked that. I really enjoyed it, and I liked the music. I wasn't a huge Bo Burnham fan before that. Like, I liked a few of his songs, and he was funny in some of his specials, but that one really was a big deal. I liked that one a lot. And he So I've been listening. So I listened to a lot of his songs on Spotify, and Spotify was like, "Oh, if you like musical comedy and like some of these slightly weird songs, let's throw all of these other artists at you." And for once, I was like, "Oh, you're right, Spotify. These people are good. Thank you for suggesting them. Now stop suggesting things to me because usually you get it wrong." Oh my god, are we almost done with this layer of shading? The final shading layer? I am also way too insecure about my music to ever submit like a playlist to my Discord, but I've thought about it. Maybe we could have like a big playlist that we all work on together. The Discord playlist. That might be a lot to moderate. But if people are interested. I should also make a channel in the server that's devoted just to Avatar: The Last Airbender, because we talk about that a lot. I feel like a lot of the conversations we have end up relating to Avatar, which is perfectly fine. I enjoy it. It is a good show. I should rewatch it. I really want pork buns. I'm hungry, guys. But I also don't want to cook right now. Okay. So now that most of this shading has been done for this layer, what I will do is I will lower the opacity of it, which was part of the plan all along. Okay. Then we take this one and we soften up just some of the edges. Not all of them, just some. Because, you know, some shadows have hard edges. Especially in hair. I'm softening a lot of the hard edges on like the skin though, because skin doesn't tend to have as many hard edges with its shading. And you want to give the feeling of something soft that blends well. You want to touch the cat girl. Hold her hand gently. So you want her skin to be soft, not sharp. She's not a robot. Android cat girls. That might be cool. That's an idea for later. I also soften up some of like the bigger shading here. Am I just softening up too much? Possibly, yes. I should stop. Sometimes it's hard to stop something once you start. Okay. Look at that tonal difference. That depth we added. Yes. This is what we came for. This is what I come for. That's it with slightly darker line art. I'm gonna save. Drink some more of my super gross coffee. No. Okay. Now, highlight. I'm gonna hit overlay and we are gonna do this bright pink color. Actually, let's go over to here. We're gonna, there we go. Okay. Well, actually. No. I don't like how that overlay looks. We're gonna pick this bright pink color. There we go. There we go. A little bit better. And we just add in the highlights very much like we add in the shadows. Where we start off with the dense color, with the dense brush, and then we slowly fade it out as we go. And then you add layer upon layer upon layer. I might actually finish her today on stream. Exciting. Woo! As you'll notice though, I am being much more sparing with the highlights than I was with the shading. Because highlights there are usually a lot less highlights than there are shadows. That's just how it works. Super focus. Like, I know the way coffee works is it doesn't actually make you less tired, it just makes you feel less tired, but this coffee doesn't even do that. I'm really just drinking it so my throat doesn't get sore. Because honestly, outside of the stream, I don't talk a lot. So my vocal cords get used a lot. And they're not used to it. Back up to the top. It helps me to start from like the top and then go down when I'm doing shading and highlights. It gives me like almost a routine that kind of helps me focus on what things needed to be shaded, what things needed to be highlighted, all that good stuff. It can make things a little monotonous sometimes, but I tend to jump between projects a little bit. I'm gonna stretch my legs for a minute. Like push myself away from my desk and stretch my legs out. Oh, I should do shout-outs. Oh, I totally forgot to do shout-outs. Ah, shit. I need to get like a streamer bot too to help me do shout-outs and things like that. I'm not super happy with how the shading on this part of the leg is going, but I'm hoping that this next bit will fix it. Make it an even lighter shade of pink. sit up better in my chair. I'm starting to get like a crick in my fucking neck. Ah, big stretch. And a small yawn. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. No. Okay. No bueno. Remember, edges are usually created by a light source and then a shadow. Highlight and then a shadow. There we go. Our eyes create lines when we look at things based on how the light and color and shadow all intersect. A big part of learning how to draw, especially if you want to learn how to draw with outliner, which I've done, I just don't like doing it digitally, is learning how to separate those even further. when I like hyper focus like this on any one piece, hours will go by and I won't even notice. Sometimes I forget to eat. Isn't that good? No bueno. I do want to find a way to set it so that, like, if I don't talk for 5 minutes, the music will get a little bit louder. Then we can all just chill here and listen to lo-fi music while I super focus, and then if anybody wants to talk about anything, they can bring it up in chat, and then it'll automatically go down when I start talking. I know there's a way to do it. I know there is. I just don't know how to do it myself yet. Things to bring up to try hard. I think she's looking okay so far. Just have one more layer of highlights to look at. Oh, thanks, Tryhard. Okay. I like setting the final highlight layer as an add glow layer, or as an add layer, because it makes it really bright. It's kind of cool looking. I'm gonna flip it back. There we go. And really, this last highlight layer is just to add highlights to the brightest parts of the hair, the shine in the eyes, and any metallic objects. Then we can see the edge. All right. There we go. Our first little Neko-chan. Our first cat girl. I can't believe I said Neko-chan with a straight face and didn't laugh. Our first cat girl. All right. And there is something I want to do. What was this? Oh yeah, these are the names we were trying to come up with. Okay. Turn that off real quick. This back on. She looks cute with just the flat colors. Or mostly flat colors. I'm really happy with how her skin turned out. But I do want to make this little adjustment to the line art to see how it will look. What? Nope, make that go away. Okay. This back off, and this back on. And we're gonna take these. See? And then B. Alright. Do 3A. And we'll do this one. 3B. Alrighty then. This is what she looks like with a darker line art, and this is what she looks like with the bright fluorescent pink line art. Let me know which one you guys like more, because I am torn. I like how fluorescent the fluorescent pink one is, but the darker one kind of like, I think, fits better for line art. Do you like the brighter one? It could also be because I worked with the brighter one, so like the colors and the shading match up with it a little bit more. You can also see them flipped. Yep. I'm very happy with how this turned out. And this is my best piece this year so far! Ha 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 ha! Am I funny? Ah! Mr. Watts? Watts VR? Can I call you Mr. Watts? Hi, Panda! Thank you for the follow, Mr. Watts. I hope you've been enjoying the stream, and I hope you have a happy new year. I'm wondering if I should call it a little early, though. The next cat girl that we'll be doing, here, let me show you guys, is gonna be, it's gonna be this one. She's very cute. Oh, thank you! I'm glad you like it. It's the same cat girl, but she is, you know, a little bit different. I can't remember. I'll just get the line art color from it later. What I can do is I can leave her like up like this. I'm pretty sure I remember all the colors that I picked. Maybe. I get the base colors. Anyway, this has been fun. Thank you guys for hanging out, joining the stream. Let me go ahead and see if I can find someone to raid. Do that. Yes, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm looking for the people that I'm following. It looks like there's only one person that I am following that is live right now. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and raid Orobu. So thanks again, everyone, for saying hi. Thank you to Tryhard for saying hello. Thank you, Mr. Watts, for the follow. His Dudeness, Pandemonium, and then Pandemonium again for the raid. Atornillo 94 and Sasa Steelinger, and then they did this off stream, but Kuthar Blood Oath and Retro Rosebuds also followed recently, so thank you for that. Thank you, Dozman and Abs, and sorry, I'm going through. I want to make sure I thank everyone because I appreciate you guys. His Dudeness and Panda and Tryhard and Livid Lemming for coming into chat and saying hello, along with Sasha Seelinger. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great start to your new year. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow morning, but I will update the Discord. I update my Instagram usually at least an hour before I go live with when I'm going to go live. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Bye.